Hey guys, for this video, I decided I would continue my Wrestlemania themed videos. I wasn't really sure what I could do because there's so many options, but I eventually started going through the history of Wrestlemania, just looking at the pay-per-views online, and I eventually decided to do a video where I would talk about the best match in Wrestlemania history and the worst match in Wrestlemania history. They were not very hard. It didn't take me long to figure out what they were, because the best one is featured on my top 50 greatest matches of all time list, and the worst match was pretty recent and is so bad that it's on a level of its own. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk about those two matches that I mentioned. Just point out what I liked about one of them, what I absolutely hate about one of them. I'll talk about the build-up and the match itself. So I'll start with the greatest match in WrestleMania history. It's a pretty easy one to guess. Undertaker vs. Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. If you've seen my top 50 greatest matches of all time list, you'll know that this is number one. So, and rightfully so, this match is incredible. The only thing I hate about this match is the build-up. The build-up was still good, but I just didn't like the whole good versus evil stuff like they did, like Shawn Michaels being a born-again Christian versus Undertaker being this like demon from hell or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But that was the only thing I didn't like about the match. But then when you get to the event itself, and you know, from the entrances, which were cool, even though it played into the whole build-up thing, which I didn't like, the entrances were still very, very awesome. And then we get to the match, and the match is unbelievable. It's the first match in the streak where they start kicking out of like 500 finishes, which over time has become a bit ridiculous. But as for this match, it was fine. Created suspense like nothing else. I mean, when Shawn Michaels hit that second Sweet Chin Music, I thought it was done. But as we know, Undertaker kicked out like he always does, and he did that numerous times in the match. I think there were at least 5 false finishes, but it wasn't just that. There was a part in the middle of the match where Undertaker did the dive, and I swear to God, he almost killed himself doing it. Like it looked like he landed on his head. He may have broken the fall a little bit, but it looked violent. But to his credit and to Shawn's credit, they carried on with the match, and we also saw stuff that we're not used to seeing between these two. I mean, Undertaker attempted a elbow drop, which I don't think I've ever seen him do. What else? Shawn Michaels did a crossface, which we've seen him do before, but it's rare. So, and we just saw stuff like that, and this match, this overall, was incredible. It was so good that they had to do it again, and their match at 26 was very, very good, but it could not top the 25 one. I don't think anything will ever top the 25 one. It was an incredible match. If you haven't seen it, I question why you watch WWE in the first place, but if you haven't seen it, you have to see the match. It's unbelievable. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's get to the worst match in WrestleMania history. Like I said, this is a pretty recent one, and it's Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler at WrestleMania 27. My God, this match was horrible. There are so many things wrong with this match, and the first thing I'll get to is the build-up. Now, the problem with this is the build-up was actually really good. Now, I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but I gotta pose this question to WWE. Why are you putting like 95% of your investment into a match between two commentators? Why? Why the fuck did we have to do this match in the first place? Like, they seriously put more investment into this match than they did any of the other matches on the card combined. Like, what the fuck was their mindset during this match? And then not only do they do that, but for some reason they have them go 15 minutes. Yeah, what a great idea to have a non-wrestler and a 60-year-old man go 15 minutes. My God. But yeah, getting back to the build-up, the build-up was really good. But they even made Jerry Lawler a #1 contender for the WWE Championship twice just to get him over. And they had Michael Cole screw him. I think he's only screwed him once, but they had him do that just to get him over. And it worked, because, well, we kind of already hated Cole, but we hated him even more. But I gotta ask, was it worth it? Was it worth making Jerry the King Lawler #1 contender? Was it worth having Michael Cole be the most hated man in the company? No, because the payoff was an absolute disaster. The match was a fucking train wreck to the absolute max. Not even the presence of Stone Cold Steve Austin could save this match. Like, and it goes back to the time they got. This match should have been. They should have attempted to try and break Kane and Chavo's record for shortest match in history. What you do, it's quite simple. You just have Lawler hit his signature move. I don't know if he'd be able to get it in 8 seconds, considering he has to go to the top rope, but you know, improvise, do something else. Have them break the record. Imagine how embarrassing that would be to Cole and how rewarding it would be to Jerry the King Lawler. And that's what you're trying to attempt here. Yet, you have him go 15 minutes, a mistake that you obviously didn't learn from the previous year, because if you don't know, the year before that, Brett and Vince went 15 minutes, and that was another train wreck. And they did it again the year after. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, and then we have this terrible match. It's slow, boring, whatever you want to say. And finally, at the end, it ends up being a screwjob finish anyway. They wasted so much time with this match. They had Lawler celebrate for 5 minutes, and then they finally announced that Michael Cole won by DQ. Like, what the fuck? That was the problem with this Mania in general. There was so much time wasting. And this match just continues that on. Like, and then, to make matters worse, that wasn't the end of it. We got another 2 pay-per-view matches after that, and they were both fucking horrible. So that was a time where WWE was they were screwed in the head. Why they saw the appeal in having two commentators go up against each other is beyond me. Why they felt the need that it had to go 15 minutes and take up the time that it did is stupid. And WWE they were made fun of after this match, and you have to say they kind of deserve it. They brought it upon themselves for doing this stupid match. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I realise it's not the most entertaining one, but I just wanted to get that out there. I'm gonna film a few more today, hopefully, and I'll try and get those out there whenever I can. So later, everybody.